Thanks Self-Haircut University for sponsoring this video. What's up everyone, my name is Alex Kouras, and in today's self-haircut video, I'm going to be going over and finishing the review from the previous self-haircut video, going over the KOVRAS cordless clipper. These are literally $18 clippers off of Amazon, and what I did was I left the clipper at 70% battery so that I could test to see if the battery would hold up 2 weeks later during this self-haircut. So today I'm gonna finish up the review and let you guys know if you should buy this clipper that literally only costs $18 off of Amazon. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video so I can finish off the review. And with that all being said, let's jump right into this self-haircut. So to get started with this self-haircut, I'm using the number 3 guard lever open and going to debulk the hair on top and make sure everything is even with the number 3 guard. And I also forgot to mention that I'm going to be using the Babyless guards because the guards that come with the clipper in the box are not the best guards. So these actually fit really well with the clipper, and I'm sure the wall color guards fit well as well. So it's kind of like a con but a pro at the same time because the guards that come in the box aren't the best, but you can also buy guards and they fit perfectly fine as well. And so now using my trimmer, I'm going to be putting in the first guideline, and this is going to be pretty close to skin because the trimmers are zero gapped. So I'm going to be going in a little bit lower, maybe around right in here, and then I'm going to drop it toward the back, just underneath the occipital ridge on the back of my head. So now we're going to be using the clipper, going in with the no guard lever open and putting up 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch guideline all the way around my head. And we're still in first gear. So for the next guideline, I'm going to be using the number 1 guard with the lever open. And again, I'm going to go up the same exact distance as before, around 3/4 inch. All right, you guys, so the last guideline I'm going to be putting in is with the number 2 guard, lever open. Now this might not cut a whole lot of hair because remember the top is a 3 lever open, right? So this is a 2 lever open. So it's going to be relatively close. So I'm going to do my best to try and flick out a little bit, use the corners, blend in as much as I can in this area here. So it blends into the top so I don't need to go back and keep switching through guards and lever positions to try and blend it in perfectly. I had to change the gear from 1 to 2 because the battery percentage dropped down to 40. So it's losing battery, right? It's still working fine though. But the thing is, it started to get a little bit jiggly. I could feel either there's too much hair stuck in the blades on the inside, I have to unscrew it, clean it out, or something, because something was jiggling and didn't sound right, which is why I had to keep brushing off the blades. So now I'm going to be using the number 3 guard, lever closed, and I'm just going to run it through my part line up here to kind of blend in what I just used the number 2 guard, lever open up here to the top number 3 guard, lever open. I'm just going to blend in this area right in here. So now I'm going in with my clippers with the no guard lever halfway, and I'm gonna drop it down to lever closed. So first I'm gonna go halfway, about halfway up the guideline. Then I'm gonna close the lever completely and flick out at the bottom hard line. And then afterwards, if I still need to, which I most likely will, I'm gonna use my trimmer and use the corners or just flick out at the very bottom of the hard line. Because remember, the first guideline I put in right here was with the trimmer. So if I need to, because I still see a hard line, go back to the trimmer and flick out the rest of that line. And if you need to, I like to stretch out my skin like this whenever I'm going in and fading out lines, just to make the surface area a little bit larger. Before we continue with the video, I want to thank today's sponsor, Self Haircut University. My goal with SHU is to help you fast track your hair cutting education. Whether for self haircuts or cutting other people's hair, SHU covers both options. So that means less mistakes, faster results, and thousands saved every single year for the rest of your life. Now, within 72 hours of joining, I'll personally be hosting a new member group coaching call to help you get started on the right track, as well as answer any upfront questions that you might have. With over 14 years of self-haircut experience, 120 plus lectures, weekly group coaching calls, live streamed self-haircut tutorials, 24 to 48 hour feedback, and even one-on-one coaching calls with me directly, there's no better person with more passion than myself to teach you how to cut your own hair. Click on the first link in the description to start today. Thank you, Self Haircut University, for sponsoring this video. The babble is half guard on the clipper, lever is closed. Let's see now if I can use this guard and lever position to get rid of the guideline easier than before in the last self haircut. So I'm going to go back here now with the no guard, and I'm going to open the lever again, and I'm just going to use the corners and see if I can flick out the hard line a little bit better. So now I'm going to be using the 1.5 guard, lever closed, and I'm going to be going in and trying to flick out this last hard line. And so a secret technique that I like to do is use my thinning shears and hold them upside down and then guide this part of the blade on my scalp, and any spots that I see that are a little bit too dark or the line is really defined, I'm going to use my thinning shears and nick at the line. And I gotta be extra careful because on this side, you guys can see my hair likes to go inward. So every time I brush it down, it just shoots back in. So I gotta be very careful over here. Alright you guys, so this is the final result of the KOVRAS $18 clipper off of Amazon self haircut, giving myself a number 3 guard buzz cut. So now I'm sure you guys are all wondering, Alex, do you recommend buying this $18 clipper? And before I tell you guys my final verdict, just to let you guys know, the clipper right now is in 3rd gear and it's still at 40% battery, alright? And I also sprayed it with some Andis Cool Care, so if you guys can hear that, right? It sounds way better now, because I know during the self haircut, it was making like jiggling and raggeting sounds, right? But honestly, you guys, for $18, if you only have 20 bucks in your pocket and you don't have the $40 or $50 budget to buy, let's say, chemi clippers, these are a solid go-to choice. I mean, think about it, you guys. This haircut and the beard and everything was literally done with an $18 clipper. Like, it just goes to show you don't need to spend a ridiculous amount of money to get a similar result. Now, the only cons that come with this clipper is that it doesn't come with one of these protective cases, so when you're storing it, it doesn't get beat up and the blades don't get scratched. The other thing is that the guards are really crappy, which is why I had to use the Babyliss guards in today's self haircut. So I've gotten 2 self haircuts done and the clipper's still at 40%, so I could probably get a 3rd haircut all done on one single charge. So with 4.4 stars and over 5,000 reviews on Amazon, it's cordless, it has a functioning lever, it's super lightweight. I like the fact that it has all of these different modes to change the strength of the motor. And it's super cheap, super affordable, and it actually works. But I'll be sure to add the link to buy this clipper on my website, which you guys can find in the description down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's self haircut. If you did, make sure you leave a like and share this video with a friend. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below and click on the post notifications as well to never miss any of my new videos. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!